All right, let's talk about something that's been causing a lot of confusion lately. If you're in the data world, you know the Databricks Data Engineer Associate Cert is a pretty big deal. But they just rolled out a major update, and frankly, it's left a lot of people scrambling. So today, we're going to break it all down and decode this 2025 update so you know exactly what you're up against.
Sound familiar? Yeah, I thought so. This is a real quote from someone on the Databricks community forums, and it just perfectly nails the anxiety that's out there. You spend all this time studying, you're feeling good, you're feeling ready, and then bam, the rules of the game change overnight. It's frustrating.
So, if you're feeling a little lost in all this, just take a deep breath. You're in the right place. We're about to walk through exactly what changed, why it changed, and most importantly, how you can tweak your study plan to absolutely crush this new version of the exam. Don't worry, we've got you. Okay, so let's get right to the heart of the problem. The exam didn't just get a little refresh, it got a full-blown makeover. And the really tricky part is that it wasn't a slow, gradual thing. It was abrupt. And that's where all the confusion is coming from. This right here is the most important detail. You need to burn this day into your brain. July 25th, 2025. If you took the exam on or before July 24th, you were on the old syllabus. Simple. But any exam taken from July 25th onward falls under the new guide. It's mandatory. There was no grace period, no overlap, just a hard cutoff. So that leads to the big question, right? Why? Why do this all of a sudden? It can feel a little random, but I promise there's a really clear strategy behind what Databricks is doing here.
And here's the bottom line. This wasn't just some arbitrary change to make your life harder. The world of data engineering is moving at lightning speed. And this exam refresh is just Databricks making sure their certification actually reflects the real skills you need for a modern data job today. It's all about keeping it relevant.
And this slide tells you exactly where the industry is heading. The new focus is all about the modern Databricks stack. We're talking Unity Catalog for governance, Delta Live Tables for building pipelines, Delta Sharing for getting data out, and serverless to make it all run efficiently. These aren't just buzzwords. They're the new fundamentals. All right, now for the main event. Let's put the old and new syllabus side by side. This is where you're really going to see the shift in thinking and where you need to focus your energy. So, check this out. On the left, the old stuff. On the right, the new. See those little language changes? They're actually a big deal. Lakehouse Platform becomes Intelligence Platform. That's a huge nod to the rise of AI. ELT with Spark is now way broader. It's development and ingestion. And data governance gets an upgrade to data governance and quality. It's a deeper focus across the board. So, with all these changes, where should you spend your precious study time? Well, this chart is your new best friend. Look at that. Data processing and development together make up over 60% of the entire exam. That is huge. After that, productionizing pipelines is your next biggest piece. This is your study roadmap, right here. Now, let's pull back the curtain on some of these new topics. If you're hearing things like Unity Catalog or DLT and feeling a little intimidated, don't be. We're going to make them super simple. First up, Unity Catalog, or UC. Honestly, the best way to think about this is like the central control tower for all your data. It's the one place you go to manage who can see what, to track where your data came from, and to govern literally everything. Your data, your AI models, all of it. It's totally fundamental now. Next up, we've got Delta Live Tables, or DLT. This is a game changer for building data pipelines. Instead of you having to manage all the messy details, you just declare the data transformations you want, and DLT handles the complicated stuff behind the scenes. The scheduling, the quality checks, the error handling. Oh, and a quick heads up. Databricks just rebranded this, so you might see it called Lakeflow Declarative Pipelines. Same great tool, new name. So yeah, instead of coding every single step of a workflow by hand, which can get super messy, DLT lets you just define the end state you want. It's all about building pipelines that are more reliable and way easier to maintain. And then there's Delta Sharing. The two most important words on this slide are without copying. This is a huge deal. It means you can securely share live, real-time data with anyone, customers, partners, other teams, without having to make slow, expensive copies of your data. It's a total game changer for collaboration. Now, kind of tying all this together is something called the medallion architecture. Super important point. This is not a tool, it's a design pattern, a best practice for how to organize your data logically inside the lakehouse.
It uses different layers to slowly improve the quality of your data. And the idea is really simple and elegant. You start with the bronze layer. This is your raw, messy, untouched data straight from the source. Then you clean it up, filter it, and enrich it to create the silver layer. And finally, you create business-level aggregations for your analysts in the gold layer. Bronze, silver, gold. You have to know this pattern.
Okay, so we've talked about what changed, why it changed, and we've demystified the new topics. Now for the most important part. How do we take all this and turn it into a concrete, actionable plan for you to pass this thing? Here you go, a simple 4-step plan. Step 1, and don't skip this. Download the new official exam guide. That is your source of truth. Step 2, you're going to laser focus on those key topics we just covered: UC, DLT, delta sharing. Step 3, use the awesome resources out there like Databricks Academy. And step 4, and this is probably the most critical one, you have to get your hands dirty. Theory will not be enough. You have to build stuff. And hey, don't just take it from me. Here's a golden nugget from a Redditor who just passed the new exam. They're basically confirming everything we just said. Expect a ton of questions on delta sharing, DLT, and UC. And you'll need to know your PySpark, especially for aggregation queries. This is intel straight from the trenches. Okay, let's just zoom out for a second and talk about the big picture. Why should you even go through all this hassle? What's the real payoff for getting this new version of the certification? Because really, this is about so much more than just passing an exam and getting a badge. This update literally aligns the certification with the exact skills that companies are looking to hire for right now. To put it simply, this new exam is just way more relevant. It proves you have skills that are in crazy high demand, and honestly, mastering these topics is one of the best things you can do to future-proof your career. You're not just studying for a test, you're investing in your next job and the one after that. Look, this update isn't just about changing a few topics on a test. It's a signal. It's a signpost showing exactly where the entire field of data engineering is going. So the real question isn't just, can I pass this exam? It's about being ready for what's next. So, are you ready for it?